My name is Rick Halverson. At 3:07 a.m. on the 14th floor of a hotel in Honolulu, my stepson kicked my door in. Not knocked, not rattled. Kicked until the latch split and the door burst inward. I froze. Not because I was afraid of Evan. Mercer was 28, drunk, loud, never tough. I froze because that sound did something inside me. It wasn't just wood breaking. It was a boundary. A line I had spent years trying to keep straight in a marriage that always wanted to bend. The hallway was silent in that specific hotel, way-thick carpet, soft air conditioning, the distant hum of an elevator. Then Evan filled, bit with alcohol-soaked breath and rage. I want that room now. Board shorts, cheap black tank top, tourist shop confidence. Tequila and sugary beer clung to him, the kind of smell that tells you trouble arrived before the conversation did. Behind him stood Linda, my wife, barefoot in a robe, hair pulled into a messy knot. Her face wasn't worried. It was me, Rick, she said, using the tone she saved for when she wanted compliance without conflict. Don't make this worse. Just switch rooms. He's upset. Upset, like a grown man. Kicking down a door at 3 a.m. was just a mood. Evan pointed past me into the room. The king bed, the window, curtains half open, Honolulu glowing below. It was supposed to be romantic. In that moment, it looked like a stage set for humiliation. That one, Evan said. That's my room now. This is our room, I said. The voice sounded strange, too calm, too flat. Not anymore. Linda finally looked at me. That familiar mix of pressure and pity. Be the bigger man, her eyes said. Rick, she whispered. You know he's been having a hard time. Don't be selfish over a bed. Selfish. That word wasn't about the bed. It was about years of swallowing things. Money, silence, dignity. I didn't answer. Down the hall, a door opened. A man looked out, then shut it. No one wanted to be involved. I stared at the broken latch, and my mind shifted into its old habit. Damage, liability, cameras, reports. I opened a drawer, pulled out my black notebook, clicked my pen. 3:07 a.m. Evan Mercer forced entry. Demanded room. Linda present. What are you doing? Evan snapped, remembering. I said, "Dot." Linda frowned. Rick, don't do that. She hated when I got quiet. Procedural. Evan stepped closer. Move. I thought about pushing him, about yelling, about 10 seconds of satisfaction. Then I thought about cameras, about how quickly truth gets rewritten. I stepped back, not to give in, to step out. Fine, Evan smiled. Linda exhaled, and that's when everything started to change. I packed slowly, neatly. No drama. Evan dropped onto the bed like he'd won something. You're being dramatic, Linda said. It's just one night. One night, I repeated. I zipped the suitcase and stepped into the hallway. Where are you going? She asked. Somewhere with a lock. The elevator carried me down. 14, 13, 12. My phone buzzed. Don't do anything stupid. The lobby was almost empty. At the front desk, I spoke clearly. I need to split the folio. Effective immediately. Room 1402 is no longer tied to my card, and I'm not responsible for damages. The clerk understood. Paperwork. signatures. I didn't feel anger. I felt alignment. At the airport I wrote, 4:21 a.m. left property. Folio split. The plane lifted off. Honolulu disappeared into black. The calls came later. The texts. You can't just abandon us. You're acting like a child. I didn't argue. Back home, I put a temporary hold on my card. Then the hotel called. They had reviewed the footage. Evan was not a registered guest. Responsibility shifted. The incident report arrived. Timestamp statements, damage assessment. No emotion, just facts. I printed it and slid it into a folder. On the tab I wrote one word, Hawaii. There was no satisfaction, only a cold, steady clarity. Because when someone kicks down a door, they don't get to decide what happens next.